Good morning, students. We are back again with the remaining part of the chapter 3 Major Landforms. In the previous parts of this chapter, we have discussed that land features on the surface of the earth are different in different places. These features are called landforms. The major landforms include mountains, plateaus, valleys, and plains. We have already discussed about continents. Continents are very large land masses surrounded by water bodies called oceans. The 7 continents are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Let us take a quick revision of some of the topics which have been already discussed by us in the previous videos. First of all, we will take mountains. Mountains are massive areas of the earth's crust that rise to great heights above their surroundings. They may have steep or gentle slopes and occur in long, narrow chains called ranges. There are three main types of mountains. Fold mountains. Fold mountains are furtherly divided into two parts, old fold mountains and young fold mountains. Then second one is block mountains. Third, volcanic mountains. Plateaus. Plateaus are the uplifted sections of the earth's crust that are almost flat or level and usually descend steeply to the surrounding lowlands. A plateau is also sometimes referred to as a plain in the air or tableland. Plateaus may be classified in the different categories on the basis of their formation, appearance, and location. First category is tectonic plateau, second one volcanic plateau, third dissected plateau, fourth intermontane plateau, and fifth one is piedmont plateau. Students, the next type of landforms we are going to discuss over here, that is basins. What is a basin? A basin is a depressed section of the earth's crust surrounded by higher land. Many basins are found alongside plateau edges and form areas of inland drainage. That is, the rivers flowing in the basin do not reach the sea. The Tarim and Sidam basins of Asia and the Chad basin of North Central Africa are basins of inland drainage. Valleys. Valleys are low-lying lands between hills or mountains formed by an exogenous process like a river flowing down the mountains, or endogenic process too due to the movement of plates inside the earth. A rift valley is a type of valley that is formed when the land between two faults sinks. In other words, the land between two block mountains is a rift valley. The Narmada Valley in India and the Nile Valley in Egypt are examples of rift valleys. Students, you know that valleys may or may not have a river flowing through them. River valleys are usually V shaped. The Rhine Valley in Europe and the Damodar Valley in India are examples of river valleys. Students, here is an interesting fact about the valleys. You know, valleys formed by glaciers are U-shaped. Many such glaciers are present in Alps and the Himalayas. Plains or lowlands are vast, nearly flat expanses of land which are usually less than 200 meters above sea level. They are mostly built by alluvium deposited by big rivers and their tributaries and are therefore called the river plains. River plains are fertile. Owing to the flat nature of the land, it is easy to construct roads and railways in plains. From here, it is very much clear to all of us that plains are made by the river deposits, means sand and silt brought by the rivers from the high mountains, and they are depositing all this in the plain area, on the low lying areas, and these plains are having the fertile soil. Plains that are found along the edges of continents adjacent to seas are called coastal plains. For example, the eastern and the western coastal plains of India. Students, you know that Since the earliest times, the plains of the world have been the cradles of civilizations such as the Indus Valley Civilization, the Mesopotamian Civilization, and the Chinese civilization. When we are talking about the types of plains, on the basis of formation, plains are grouped in three categories. 1. Structural plains. 2. Erosional plains. 3. Depositional plains. Structural plains. Plains that lie near the coast of a sea or an ocean are called structural plains. Due to endogenic movements, large, broad, flat areas of the sea floor are raised and appear on the surface. These types of plains are very flat and broad. The addition of sediments brought in by the sea waves over a period of time makes them broader and flatter than they originally were. Structural plains border all countries. The coastal plains of southeastern USA near the Gulf Coast, which are part of the Great Plains, are one of the largest plains in the world. The plains of northern Russia and the central lowlands of Australia are other examples of structural plains. The next type of plains is erosional plains. Erosional plains are the result of the erosion of mountains, hills, and plateaus. The eroded material is brought down to a low level by wind, rivers, rain, and ice. This kind of erosion, caused by various agents, gives rise to several types of plains. The plains of northern Canada, northern Europe, and Kashmir in India are examples of such plains. Depositional plains. Depositional plains are formed by sediments brought down on a large scale by natural agents such as moving ice, water, and wind from the upper regions of mountains. Students, now I want to know the answers of some of the questions from you. As we have just discussed about the depositional plains, so please let me know what landforms are created due to depositional process of a river. Look at this image and identify what will happen to this river during the heavy rainfall. How are depositional landforms created? What are the characteristics of these landforms? These three questions I am giving to you in the form of a worksheet. Please do write the answers of these questions in your notebook. Students, just now we have discussed about the types of plains. One is the structural plains, second is erosional plains, and third one is depositional plains. Let us talk about the importance of plains. I just want to tell you that of all the landforms that are on earth, the most suitable for both humans and animals are the plains. That's why plains have always been the areas that support large populations. For example, the Indo-Gangetic Plain, the Mississippi Plain, the Yanks Plain. And crops such as rice, wheat, sugarcane are grown in the plains only. Plains are the granaries of the world. It is also called the food basket of the world. Large cities and towns are located mostly in the plains. The scope for industrialization is much more in the plains than in any other terrain. The soft and flat surface of plains makes it easy for the construction of roads, railways, tracks, and airports. That's why means of transportation are more developed in the plain areas. My dear students, let us summarize what we have learned today. We have learned the major landforms include mountains, plateaus, valleys, and plains. There are three main types of mountains: fold mountains, block mountains, and volcanic mountains. Plateaus are the uplifted sections of Earth's crust that are almost flat or level on the top. A basin is a depressed section of the Earth's crust surrounded by higher land. Valleys are low-lying lands between hills or mountains formed by a process like a river flowing down the mountains. Plains are vast, nearly flat expanses of land which are usually less than 200 meters above sea level. So students, here I am summing up the today's lecture, and I hope all of you must have understood the topic well, and please do the worksheet in your notebook. Have a good day students. Thank you so much.